What is up, guys? Winner Kills here. We are back with another Locals deck profile. I'm here with the one and only C Goody.
How's it going?
Who, as expected, like usual, just came through and swept the entire mega tournament here at Locals today.
Yep.
We had 5 rounds of Swiss, and then we did top 8, and you ended up getting first. And what deck were you playing?
I was playing the Bird Up or Tri-Lyrilusc deck, but without the DP stuff.
All right, awesome. I'm sure a lot of people are very surprised to see somebody playing
This
them.
is something I kind of like. I seen someone doing something similar, but then I kind of like moved away from that and kind of like went towards my own build. So this is like my own little creation.
All right, sick. Let's see it.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with the best card is the 3 Warbler. It's just like it forces, it like demands a response because it's just so broken once you let it go.
Yep.
But that's the best card, the best starter, blah blah blah. Play 2 of this because like you can open it, but you want to max, like you can't max out on it because like it by itself doesn't really do anything. But like this and this, but there's I think there's 13 ways to get to this and 8 or 9 ways to get to this, to the Warbler. So we play 2 of that. For the birds, I play the 1 Wagtail. This is like a third copy almost of this, but you don't have to like, you can use both in the same turn. And this, yeah, so that's the reason I play that. And this also lets you go for 6 Material Zeus. That's the part of the combo, and this is for follow-up, and you can play through hand traps in some scenarios. But once you do it, you're locked in XE, so it doesn't come up as much, but it's usually turn 2, and it's like your follow-up play for a free Zeus for a lot of materials. Tri-Brigade's 3 Fractal, which is also Cobalt. He's, you know, he's like the best of both worlds. He's the best of both worlds. 3 Nerval, which is weird because like this is like the best Tri-Brigade name. Because like there's a lot of lines where you can like normal this and then like there's not one like combo. There's like it's kind of like a hand dependent thing, but it's just so good and every hand is so good, but you just gotta like know how to combo right. There's just a lot of different combo lines. If you want, I can show you the mainstream combo.
Sure.
After the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Nerval and Fractal the best ones. 2 Kit only because you don't have space, and the 3rd one does not come up in this deck. And the 1 Karez. It seems weird because it's like your only Tri-Brigade extender, but it never ever comes up to play 2, and you only ever want to search it because your awkward hands are the ones you open too many Tri-Brigades, and then you could just link off the Tri-Brigade to get to the Karez anyways. Because you're always searching it off in Nerval, so like it never comes up for the 2nd copy.
Okay.
For the hand traps, I threw my card at you.
Here we go.
Oh, sorry. 3 Ash, 2 Nib, DD Crow, and 3 Imperm. The ratios were thought out hard. The deck was without this, and I had to like think of the 2 cards that like I could. Like I wanted 2 more hand traps in the main deck, plus the droplets. I wanted 2 more hand traps in the main deck. I was thinking like Ogre and Bell and everything, but this is the most impactful. It does conflict with Warbler sometimes, but this is not. It was really good today, but it's not like definitive or anything. This is like the interchangeable slot. But this is searchable. You search it in almost every combo. 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Droplet. These are good as the 6 cards. Ash is just like all around the best, obviously, but like this is 13 going second cards in the 40 card deck, and I'm sure you guys, you know, you've probably heard me say it a million times.
Oh yeah.
My the 13 cards in 40, you're bound to see 2 of them at 50% of the time. 50% of the time you go first. But this is like, the reason I play this one is for the Mystic Mine out, because this deck struggles against Mystic Mine really hard, even though it's not in the format as much. But I still got to prepare for it, you know, for game 1. I'm not trying to lose game 1 to a Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the 13 going second cards.
Alrighty.
And this card is just like absolutely insane in this deck specifically because of Zeus. Like you could just like against prank kids, a lot of times you just droplet Bow Wow using turn player priority, so they can't add back the guy, and then you hit the Griffin, and then you just Zeus their board, and they don't really have anything else. So they can't do anything else. If they use the fusion spell, they summon materials, but that doesn't do anything because Zeus in the end phase wipes everything.
Yeah.
So this card is in this deck particularly. This card is nuts versus praying kids.
Love to see it.
Yep. 3 Bird Call. It's more copies of any bird. It can dump or add. There's scenarios where you can dump. You can dump and special from hand. Like this card's like amazing. I love this card. Searches like the Barrel Canary, etc. But that it's just more bird names. 3 Prosperity. I was playing 2, but you just really want Sparrow and Warbler. Like you want to open up as many possible ways to them. And if you ever like draw 2 of this, you can always put it back with either Bear Or you're usually not using Blossom if you use this, obviously, but you can put it back with Bear. You could discard it off Bear. There's a lot of times like this, like it doesn't ever conflict if you draw 2.
Okay.
But you need to maximize your way to see the bird stuff, which you play so many copies of. But it also digs for droplets going second in terms. And then I guess you can call them starter/extenders. And this is kind of a starter/extender. Just busted one of those. This card's way better in this version because of like all the bird stuff is nuts. And then the one Revolt, just you know why, it's like part of your combo. It's just Tri-Brigade stuff. Yep. You want to move on to extra deck?
Yeah, we can do the extra deck now. Yeah.
2 Omen. First one's for your combo. Second one's for Revolt. So that's why you play 2 and you can only fit 2. 1 Blossom because you can only fit 1. And 1 Bearbrum. You only ever play 1 of that. 1 Rugal. There's a lot of awkward hands that this needs to be made. Usually when you play through like the 3rd hand trap, after the 3rd hand trap, you're ending on this with Revolt and maybe a hand trap, which is really strong after 3 hand traps.
Yeah, definitely.
And then also this makes Fractal a 1-card combo if you open like cards in Fractal.
Okay.
Because this will be Revolt Silver with 1 Fractal.
Gotcha.
This is the utility, beats Floodgates. Just a solid card all around. That blues is part of your end board. This plays through hand traps and lets you start with awkward hands. And access code for game. XEs, we got... Okay, so the XEs level 1s, this is obviously part of the combo. This one's weird. It used to be Sylvan Princess Sprout, and what the reasoning was that was because you would mill a spell like 30% of the time or something like that, and then you could add it to hand for a free extra card. Because all the spells are just insane. Like think about that. Like you got all these nutty spells.
Yeah.
they're all good spells.
Oh, yeah.
But when you don't mill it, you're usually milling a winged beast, which is some more materials in the grave.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like anything crazy. So what I ended up finding through testing was this. Through a Droll, I can end on this with 3 materials with everything else, like follow-up hand traps and stuff, because Droll is like really good versus the bird stuff. And then if I open well enough, I could do Tri-Brigade's thing still. But if I only open birds and they droll me, this card is insane. It's so good because it's not only the 3 bounces, but it also is follow-up because this add back a Lyrilusc for Zeus next turn, and the material under it is always Nerval, so you search a Tri-Brigade and a Lyrilusc follow-up after ending on this. So it's like they lost the game almost every time.
Okay.
And another reason was through Lancea, it's pretty good too, because if it shuts off your Tri-Brigades, you can end on this with 4.
Nice.
So that's why I played that over the Sylvan, because it was coming up to beat the Droll and the Lancea.
Gotcha.
This is the Zeus package. This is weird. I'm just going to show you guys now. In my side deck, I have to play this because I cannot fit it. This extra deck space is the tightest extra deck I've ever played in any deck. And through testing, these come up like in tandem, but this comes up way more going second than this does.
Yep.
So going second, I side this out every time for the downer.
Okay.
This is second. This is going first, and then sometimes there's just like prank kids you can make this before they butler. So it's like okay going second, but this came up slightly more than the downer, so I had to keep that in there.
Gotcha.
And it also makes your awkward hands better.
Okay.
So I do that. I'm just gonna throw this away. This is my 15 side card.
Gotcha.
And then the last 2 is these. You make that in the combo before your normal summon Tri-Brigade and standard duck and board stuff. For the side deck, the 1 downer obviously. I play the 3rd nib for a lot of different combo decks and stuff. It's actually really good against Eldritch now, the Cyber stuff, because you can cut them off from DP and then no Scythe. And then all they have is Eldritch cards, so it's really good versus that deck now.
Okay.
I play 3 Lancea because the format. Obviously it's good against Mirror, but against Prank Kids, this, I stand by it. Because there's like a siding pattern I use for them, but you can stand by this. It doesn't only cut off the Enchantress, but it also cuts off the Roxy's.
Okay.
What else? That's really about it. Like I can't side all 3. I think I side 2 with the spots, but it cuts them off from a couple things. It's not the best card against them, but it's majority for
Phantom Knight?
like not really Phantom Knights. It's majority for what do you want to call that? Like the Tenny Synchro deck, the swords.
Oh,
and stuff.
Sorcel?
Like it's just good in tandem with another hand trap. It usually just wins the game right there.
Gotcha.
But this could be interchanged with Droll. I'm just not sure yet, to be honest. That was like the awkward part of the side deck. Double twin for back row, and then the Prank Kids is part of the siding pattern. This is my back row hate stuff. 6 copies of back row stuff. Main deck Cosmic is 7. The deck is really good versus back row though, because it forces so much.
Yeah.
Like, cause like they have to like flip 3 traps to 4 traps to stop me. And then this is just like auto wins, obviously. It was 3 Lightning Storm in the second Cosmic, but this is part of my Prank Kid siding pattern. It's also really, really good against the Flunder deck.
Yeah.
Because you hit the trap in the field spell and the standby phase, and then they only have the statue and the M10, which you can play past with Zeus. Because you can spec all the wins in defense, and then you can battle phase attack over the statue and make Zeus.
Okay.
That's how Twin beats that. And then the 3 anti-spells, it's like the God card going first. It's absolutely insane. I love this card. I got clapped my round 4 against my buddy Henry. I flipped this. I misplayed because I got greedy, thinking I'd go for game, but I forgot that he banished my Rugal, and that lost me the game. But I had game if I were to banish the set and then poke for 2, and then he only had the field spell that I knew. Not Mystic Mine, the Alistair field spell.
Meltdown?
Yeah. So I've misplayed. That was my fault. But we laughed about it after. He's my good friend, Henry. But this card, nonetheless, this is just the reason for this is like I know I'm talking a lot, but
You're good.
this beats like this end board is like it's really harsh under Dark Ruler and Droplets and Lightning Storm and stuff like that, and this solves the problems that the deck has, and it cuts them off from some engine. So it's just like it's the best of both worlds. I just love this card so much. Like, oh my god, it's like way better than everything. Like I tested
Would you
so much.
consider like Judgment over this, or do you like this way better?
It's just not impactful enough.
Okay.
And especially right now with the format so fast, and 4,000 life points going into time in game 3. Like it's usually game 3 card, and like going into time, it's like 4,000 is quite a bit.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason. The real reason because it's just not impactful enough. And then the last card, going first card, is called by. Some decks I decided going second, but you usually want hand traps and going second cards. So it's just these are just like the 4 hard going first cards. Really is what it comes down to.
Gotcha.
Beats Lancia Droll, hits DPs, like it's solid. Nothing really else to say about that. That's it for the deck profile.
And your matchups really quick?
Yeah, let's get it on my phone because I don't remember.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, so my round 1 was going second Cyber Dragon, 2-0 that. Round 2 was Jovu with Prank Kids, 2-0 that. Round 3 was Phantom Knight with Dan, my buddy Dan, 2-0 that. Round 4, I got clapped by my friend who invoked. And then round 5, I played Reptile Combo, 2-0 that. So I 2-0'd everything in my Swiss, except Henry, and he beat me. So that's all right. I go to top cut. Round 1, I play Tri-Lunalite. It's 2-1, actually. He wins the dice roll. I'm not going to sit here and chatter. But nonetheless, he ends on, like, Appaloosa for 4, Revolt, and I almost played through it. But he had Ash as well on top of that, and that's what set it off. I almost played through it, but he ashed me, and I was like, yeah, he's got it now. I had to put him on having the hand trap. And then game 2, I go first, full combo, he can't play through it. Game 3, he somewhat bricks pretty hard. I had good cards and stuff. Like, it didn't really matter. I had, like, Ash. Oh, no, I think I had Imperm, Nib, Lancia,
Hell yeah.
and then full combo.
Nice.
So it didn't really matter, and then you know what happens after that. He bricked, he nib and imperms me, I think. Or no, he Lancia nibs me. And then I end on like an interruption or 2, and then he tries to grind out, and then I just end up winning from there. So
Okay.
he did his imperm nib well, but it didn't matter. That was 2-1. Phantom Knight was John Javer. Phantom Knights was top 4.
Yep.
I 2-1 that. He wins the dice roll, and... Or did he win the dice roll? No, I win the dice roll. I'm sorry. I win the dice roll. He can't play through the board. And then game 2, he goes first. And I almost played the board. I had to put him on. It's like always putting him on having something. I didn't know the last set card. And I was like, okay, if he has the 3rd Fog Blade, because he sent 1, added 1, set 1, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
He had one card random set. And I was like, if he has the 3rd Imperm, because I'm going for game. If he doesn't have the 3rd Imperm, I go for game. And then if not, I can only add on Rugal, Revolt, and then he had the Imperm, or the 3rd Fog Blade. And I was like, all right, well, he hard drew it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I Rugal, Revolt, he had a bunch of follow-ups, so I couldn't beat it. And then game 3...
I know he opened a lot of normal summons game 3, and you had a bunch.
Yeah.
You had like Lancia, Ash, Nib. I
Yeah,
think.
I didn't even use all... Oh,
No,
no,
you
because
just used the
I go
Ash.
first. I don't brick, but I end on... I have Nib, Ash, and Lancia.
Yeah.
And then I have Fractal, so I just do Tri-Brigade things. I have Fractal Cobalt, but what you do with that is I Fractal I played it safe. I just fractal dumped, summon Banish 2 to summon Blossom, Spectre, Cobalt, Search, blah blah blah. It ends on Rugal Revolt with 4 cards in hand. I searched a DD Crow off the Cobalt.
Yep.
So I had DD Crow, Lancia, Nib, and I think Ash.
Yeah, Ash.
With Rugal, and then I also searched Revolt, put back the DD Crow because I linked into Rugal with the Blossom. So I had Revolt, Rugal with the Nib, Lancia, Ash, and I felt comfortable enough doing that going first.
Yeah.
To beat his engine, so I didn't like overextend or anything.
Yeah.
And then the hand traps ended up just beating him because I held Ash for Fusion Destiny.
Yeah.
Which I was correct. Because they always have Fusion Destiny.
Always.
And I just Lancia him after doing I Revolt first, and then I Lancia to beat his follow-ups, and then he Fusion Destinies I Ash, he passes, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that was game. That was round top 4, and then first and second with Adam. I 2-0'd that, but the 2-0 doesn't mean anything because it was a great game.
Yeah.
I was very back and forth, grindy, but it was Prank Kids, and I won. So that's it.
Love to see that.
Yep.
Well, congrats on getting first. Only dropping 1 match today. You love to see that. I guess one quick question here. Is there anything you think you change going forward, or do you think the list is pretty good as is?
Like I said, this might be rolled down the line. I don't know. I have to do more testing.
Gotcha.
And the main deck might change. The nibs might change because they seem awkward at 2. But I'm not 100% sure. As of right now, I love everything about it. I almost took first place at a regional with it last weekend.
Yeah, in Philadelphia?
Yeah, the 680 players, but I got screwed in time and the judge call and whatever, but it happens.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, I love the list. The only thing I really would change is this, because it's alright.
Yep.
But other than that, no, but yeah, that's it. So shout out to Winter Kills. And,
Appreciate it.
Anything you have to say? Or?
No, just thank you for the profile, and thank you guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
And last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Tweeter0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Keith Sidgers, and Justin Lamb. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely kind and generous support of the channel.